Where's that coming from? I don't know. It is so nice to be back home in the District of Champions, the great sports town, the Nationals, the Mystics, the Capitals. Did you know that Washington used to have a professional football team as well? The myth is true. They were called the Washington Native Americans, and I'm a huge Redskins fan, and it's fun going around D.C. now being back because I brought with me, make some noise for my tech guy, Christian Rubalcaba, the one, the only, from the Wangers back there. And, and by the way, how about some noise for Mr. Ken Knapsack, who I was pretty good. So it's so fun being here in D.C. with them because they've never been to Washington, D.C. before. So I'm just like pointing out shit and telling them lies about monuments. You got to give them a little truth so they believe it. I'm like, that's the Washington Monument. That's the Capitol. That's where Rocky ran up the stairs. Like, they don't fucking... They have no idea. That's the Taj Mahal. That's the Temple of Doom. Those are the stairs where the Joker did his dance coming down. That's Jabba's palace. And Ken's like, that's not Jabba's palace. That's the White House. I'm like, it's the same thing right now. It's the same thing. We got a little political. Okay. I can do it on both sides. What's that? Oh, that's the internet cafe where Hillary deleted those emails. That's where she did it. You know Hillary deleted those emails on purpose because my mom's the same age as her. She's never deleted one email. Oh, God, it is so good to be back. I did a lot of stuff today. So I took the boys around for, like, the tour of D.C., which I know a little bit about. But then I wanted to go see the Ellis family tour because my family's from here. So we got in the car, went in an Uber, and went out to where my dad is from, Oxon Hill, Maryland. Went to Oxon Hill. We got out of the Uber, and we got right the fuck back in the Uber. and got out of the car. And take the picture, take the picture, take the picture. Most towns have like a sign that welcomes you to their town. The first thing you see when you go to Oxon Hill is a chicken restaurant called Cluck You. It's the first thing you see. And I'm like, wow, Popeyes, I thought they had a badass chicken sandwich. Look at this. And then I went, a very special moment for me, I actually went back to, I wanted to be at RFK Stadium one more time. So I went to RFK because they're tearing it down next year. And RFK, those are like some of my best memories as a kid. So I really wanted to go to RFK Stadium. Hadn't been there in forever. Holy shit, is it scary. Like, you get off the metro and you walk past the Armory and then you just see it and there's like fucking bats now. It's like, it's like a horror movie. There's an old guy in a rocking chair. We don't get too many visitors to these parts. Come on in. Took the flight here. I flew, usually I like to fly like a respected airline like American or Delta. I flew Spirit Airlines this time. Yeah, Spirit Airlines is in quotes. It's Spirit. They're like, it's not really an airline. It's more like an escape room, you know. Sometimes I'll book myself on a Spirit flight just to see where I end up. I was going to Cincinnati. I'm in Egypt. I believe those are the actual pyramids. Finally get to the hotel, and I got in the hotel yesterday morning at like 9 a.m., and I got the early check-in, got right in, about to take the best hotel nap. That's a great nap, the 9 a.m. nap, where you've been up all night, and you're like, I know normal people are going to work, not the fucking clown. I get to go to bed now, and I'm about to drift off into dreamland, right? I'm about to have a nice, peaceful rest, and I hear next door, 9:30 a.m., couple next to me, they're having sex. They're going to start having sex at 9:30. Have you ever been, you sir, you look like you stay in a lot of hotels. It's a weird thing to say to somebody. Like, you look like you drink a lot of fruity water in a lobby. You look like you have a lot of Bonvoy points. You ever hear people having sex in a hotel? Oh, God, it's such an awkward situation because you're like, what do I do? Do I call the front desk and complain? Do I ride it out? I was like, look, I'm going to give this 5 minutes, and then I came. So I'm like, oh, boy. Oh, this is a different situation now. I waited 10 minutes and I knocked on the wall. Hey, I'm ready to try again if you guys are. I'm sorry about that. Do I have to call you now? I was on the road in Indiana one time, and I heard people making love next to me. And I was doing a college in Indiana because this is what success looks like. And I was staying at a hotel. Now, I'm not going to rat out the name of the hotel chain, but let's just say if you were to go on holiday, this is not an inn where you want to crash. The walls were so thin, I could hear people having sex above me. I could hear people having sex below me. I could feel people having sex right next door to me. I was trapped in an Indiana fuck cube. That's where I was. But the best of all time, I was in San Diego. I hear people fuck a lot. That's just like a thing. If you can't do, listen to other people do. So I'm in this hotel room in San Diego, and this is during Comic-Con, right? San Diego, it's a huge event, and people are dressed up in all sorts of crazy costumes. This is like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm about to go to bed, and then I hear the door close in the room next to me. And I know a slam that's like it's Pound Town Beach time, right? Like, I know the single guy coming home, just like, it's just barely a creak. This was like open, and a slam. And I start hearing the bed squeak, but then I start hearing the faint strains of a classic John Williams theme song. Yeah. These people came home, and they made love to the theme from Jurassic Park. Which, as a guy, is perfect timing, because you climax, right? The ha 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 ha. And then as soon as you're done, you're like, don't move. It can't see you if you don't move. I knew that they were having sex because I looked on my nightstand and I had a glass of water, and it started rippling, and I'm like, that's... It's not good. Okay, I can keep tagging it. I wanted to go to their room the next morning dressed as Mr. DNA. Remember him from the movie? I'm Mr. DNA, and you got her pregnant. Have a great day. Oh God, it's fun, man. Went to the Grant. I saw my favorite statue in DC is the Grant, the Ulysses S. Grant statue. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's so badass because the guy's like on a horse. He's got the hat and the beard and that stare, and you're just looking. You're like, this guy fucks. Like he's, and then as if that statue wasn't enough, in every quarter of the statue there's a lion. There's a lion. There's a lion, right? And I'm like, no wonder we won the Civil War. You should be in a redneck trying to fight that. Like, be proud. The South's gonna do it again. That is a goddamn jungle cat. Everybody get back. How many's he got? Oh, you guys are fun, man. This is going to be a good late night show. Halloween, everybody have a good Halloween. I know it's Starbucks Presents Christmas season now, but Halloween. I like talking to you. What do you go as for Halloween, big guy? What do you dress up as? Nothing? You rebelled? I'm usually like that. I'm usually you, but I had to dress up this year. You know why? The fucking niece. I have a niece. She's 5 years old. You knew I was Harry Potter? It's a little weird, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's the life of a D-list celebrity. You get on the stage like, you're great as Harry Potter, bro. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I don't know that I was great as Harry Potter because I didn't know I had to be Harry Potter until the day before Halloween. I get a call from my brother, and he puts his daughter on, my niece. She's 5 years old, and she said that everybody is going to be dressed up as Harry Potter characters, and she wants me, and she like built it up. She's like, Uncle Mark, I want you to be Harry. And in my head, I'm just thinking, don't say Harry, don't say, I can't. Because she's 5 years old. She's expecting Harry Potter, like, from the movies. And I didn't have the heart to tell her, like, I can dress up, but I ain't going to be that guy. I'm not going to be Harry Potter in high school. I'm going to be burned out 39-year-old Harry Potter. Hasn't casted a spell in 20 years. He's still wearing the Gryffindor robe. Like, it's his high school varsity jacket. We won state in 94, baby. Can't understand why he's getting kicked out of Chili's at 2 p.m. What do you mean I'm cut off? Fuck you. Give me a glass of water. I'll turn that shit into wine, bitch. And I was really shocked at my friends because I found out I had to be Harry Potter. So I'm on a group text, and I text, hey, does anybody have a Harry Potter robe? 7 of them wrote back. They're like, oh, yeah, we have a Harry Potter robe. Who are these fucking... If you're an adult and you wake up in the morning and you see a Harry Potter robe on the floor, some weird shit went down the night before. That's all I'm saying. And he's got my brother and my sister. By round of applause, how many people have kids? In there, some of you? Yeah? Where are the kids tonight, sir? That guy started laughing at you like he knew the answer and it's not good. Dude, he gave him $20 and dropped him off at Gymboree. How old are they? Yeah, you clapped when you, yeah. They're 4? 2 and 4, Jesus. You should be out drinking. That's 2 and 4. God, I got a niece that's 5, and she's great. Then I got 2 nephews, and the jury's still out. And I love being an uncle, though. I do. I love being an uncle because being an uncle, it's so easy. You get to be cool. When you're the uncle, they don't know any better. Remember your uncle when you were a kid? You're like, this guy's awesome. He comes into town once a year, tells some jokes, brings us presents. You have no idea that Uncle Bob doesn't pay his taxes and lives on a houseboat. You have no fucking idea. Uncles are like if Guy Fieri was a person. Like, we're just kind of a cool thing. He's not a person. He's an idea, okay? He's a myth. Guy Fieri's the ultimate uncle. Because every time you see Guy Fieri on TV, he comes into some strange town, driving a sports car, blasting 80s rock, wearing croquis. What's up, fuckers? He cooks them a meal, they love him, and then the next morning he's gone. And you can't go visit Guy. Guy comes to you. You do not go visit Guy because Flavortown is not a place, it's a state of mind. Yeah, man, being an uncle, the one thing I don't like about being an uncle is the technology really messes with you, because if there's parents out there, there's parents in this room, y'all really love taking pictures of your kids, and you love sending it to the family, even when those pictures are somewhat illicit. Like, I get pictures of the kids in the bathtub. Look at how cute this is. I'm like, I don't want that shit on my phone. If the NSA found my phone, it's like, to you, it's cute. To me, it's a felony. I can't. You put that on Instagram, it's 20 likes. I put it on there, it's 20 years, okay? Get into prison. You know your roommate, Jared. Oh, hey, guy, what's up? It's all right, you're the guy. The guy. It's been a while since anybody made fun of the subway creeps. I thought I'd bring that back. That's, you know, some people have jobs that are important, like doctors and shit, and I go on stage, I'm like, you know what, nobody's made fun of Subway Jared in 5 years. God, man, yeah, I got the call, and had to be Harry Potter. I think that's as far as I'm taking it, as being an uncle. I don't think I could ever have kids myself. Like, it's way too much work. You got to feed it and clothe it and name. Now apparently you have to have a fucking party when you know what gender it is. You seen these gender reveal parties everybody does? Holy shit, it's ridiculous. First of all, it's the lamest excuse to have a party. Like, hey, it's got a penis. Bring a piñata. Let's have some fun. And I'm sorry, but it's 2019. Like, I don't think you should have a gender reveal party because it's not really their call yet. Right? Like, you should be like, it's a boy for now. We'll, I guess, see what it wants to do. Because I'm totally fine with however you want to identify. I'm totally fine with it. That's a lot of pressure on a kid. If you had a huge gender reveal party before they were born, then your 15-year-old kid comes to you and is like, look, I've given this a lot of thought. I think I want to transition to be a woman. And you're like, I paid for a goddamn airplane to spray blue powder because you are a boy. It's just so much pressure. I think parenting was easier back in the day. Like, now you got all this modern technology you got to worry about. I mean, there's some good shit. There's like penicillin and Blue's Clues and, you know. But back in I think the 1600s, that's when parents had all the power, right? Because you had like 10 kids. If 3 of them made it, you're father of the year. Right? You get 2 of them, 10 of them go to the watering hole. 3 come back. And you have very simple rules. It's like, do your chores and don't talk to the cursed goat. It's the only thing you got to worry about. And now there's just so much. And like Disney Plus came out this week. Disney Plus came out. Good. I'm glad y'all are having fun. But Jesus Christ, that service is turning adults into 7-year-olds. I had a buddy, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, dude, I binge watched Chippendales Rescue Rangers. And I'm like, it's Wednesday. Don't you have to be at work? And he's like, not until I finish Darkwing Duck, I don't. Like, you're a surgeon, dude. Oh, it's crazy. I do like Disney Plus for all the movies they have on there. They have my favorite comic book movie of the year, Avengers Endgame. You guys, a round of applause in this room. Who has not seen Avengers Endgame? Okay, that's okay. Class, do not judge. Tell me what rock you live under. I'll sell you a Blu-ray. No, I think I'm not going to ruin the movie. I'm not going to spoil the movie. If you've not seen Avengers Endgame, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm just going to tell you this. There's good news and bad news in the movie. The good news, no dogs die in the movie. Always a plus, no dogs die. The bad news, Iron Man is not a dog. So you kind of piece together what happens from there. Did y'all see Avengers Endgame? It was pretty. Thor's fat. Thor put on a lot of weight in the movie, and it's all because I was a chubby little kid. Like, I was a chubby little kid. You get picked on all the time. My vice was pizza, man. I could not resist pizza. I don't care. Thick, thin, Chicago, New York. I will take 9 bagel bites and form them into one giant wedge. Gimmick pizzas crush me. That's my weakness. Like a cheeseburger pizza, double-decker. I remember where I was when I saw a Pizza Hut commercial for stuffed crust pizza, okay? For his fat kid, that was our Beatles on Ed Sullivan moment. Like, nothing's ever going to be the same after this. You guys know if you order Papa John's and Domino's at the same time, the driver has to joust? And the loser works at Little Caesars for the rest of their life. That's how you... It's a cute little one you can have for free. Yeah, man, they were fat-shaming Thor, and people didn't like it. They said, oh, that's mean. The Avengers are being mean to Thor. I think it's very empowering that Thor is fat. We haven't seen a fat guy save the world since Steven Seagal. I think it's great. It is amazing having all this technology at your fingertips. You don't have to leave your house to watch a movie anymore. You don't have to, remember back in the day? Remember going to the video store? Blockbuster Video? Remember that shit? Remember their slogan? Wow, what a difference. It's different now. It's not fucking there. When Ken and Christian went to RFK today, they're like, this looks like a giant Blockbuster right now. And I grew up in in Williamsburg, Virginia. So, hell yeah. If you like churning butter, we're your fucking town. We didn't have a Blockbuster. We had Video Update. We had the local video store. That was actually better than Blockbuster because Video Update had all the same sections Blockbuster had. We had horror, comedy, new release action, all that shit. And Video Update also had The Curtain. I love the one woo that was certain other people were gonna woo too. Yeah, The Curtain. I'm the only one, aren't I? Fuck, they know. That was the curtain that led to the adult film section. It was like glitter and had weird stains all over it. And that led to that was where the porn was. And as a kid, you weren't allowed back there. It was 18 or over, and they had a mirror so they could see in there. But one time, Ocean's 11 Mark came up with a scheme. It was a 3-person operation. It was me, my buddy Jack, my buddy Doug, okay? Jack was the lookout. It was my job to distract the video store clerk to, like, talk to him. We were pretty sure he was a pedophile, but, you know. That's why I was picked. I was a chubby kid. He didn't want me. I didn't want him. We had a good relationship. I'll get in your van for the candy, sir, and then I'm leaving. So I'm distracting him, and then Doug was the most important part of the mission because Doug was athletic enough, he could reach his hand around the curtain and pull a movie. Now, he couldn't see what movie he was pulling, so if he pulls Edward Penis Hands, we got to watch a movie about a guy with 5 dicks on his hand. One time, Doug pulled this movie. Round of applause if you've seen it, or woo. He reached his hand around and he pulled Hot Asian Invasion Part 6. If you know anything about that franchise, that's when it got good. That was like the Fast Five of the Hot Asian Invasion. So he pulls it, and I can see in the corner, I'm distracting Andy, the guy that working there, and Doug pulls it, and he like hops up, and I'm like, oh shit, he got a good one. Relax. Relax. And then Doug hands it off to Jack. So now Jack's job, you can't rent the movie because they're going to see it's an adult film. So Jack's job is to go over to the family section and switch the tapes with something we're allowed to rent. So the guy working there thinks we cannot wait to get home to watch The Adventures of Milo and Otis. You don't remember that movie? It was a dog and a cat. They go across country together. They fight a bear. It's fucking great. So we go home with that movie, and the next guy that tries to rent Hot Asian Invasion Part 6 instead gets the inspirational story of a dog and a cat going across the country. I feel so bad for that guy. He's sitting there. He's got his tissues ready. He's probably wearing his Gryffindor robe. All right, man. Time to go. I mean, it's about a dog and a cat, so he still got to see some pussy, but it's not what he was. So life's been good. Life's been good since I've last been in D.C. I started doing drugs again. I was never a big drug abuser. I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. But weed is legal in California, so occasionally Junior will take an edible to help him sleep. To wheedle me, you do the weed? Yeah? I'm getting some meth energy off you. You sure it's... Are you sure you're taking the right weed? You know that weed that's like 99% pure and blue? And I'll tell you, one time in my life, I got offered cocaine. But I didn't even know I was offered cocaine. This is what a newbie I am. I got offered cocaine. I was at a party in Hollywood, and these like the douchey record execs come up to me. They're like, "Hey, you want to go in the bathroom and party?" And I was like, "Are there fucking balloons or zoo animals in there? I don't know what's in there." Because again, Williamsburg, Virginia, I went to a Catholic high school. Okay, so Catholic school, they never really acknowledged that sex or drugs are even a thing. They just they just turn a blinder to it, except for one magical day where your parents sign a permission slip and the nuns teach you about all the evil shit in the world. It's like 45 minutes long, and it's the funniest 45 minutes you'll ever have. Because they had a doctor come in to teach us about sex. And the doctor puts a condom on a banana, but none of us are looking at him. We're looking at the nun. Look at the condom on the banana. Because nuns don't have, nuns, that's their thing. They don't have sex. They claim they're married to God, and apparently old God can't get it up. So they're not. And then they go from sex and they go to drugs. And they always say the same thing about drugs. When I was a kid, they'd always say, don't smoke pot. Why not? What's pot? It's a gateway drug, right? It leads to other things. Like what? Snacks, women, free guitar lessons, cocaine. You were way too excited to get to cocaine. It leads to cocaine. When's the guy pulling the raffle ticket? Who won the blow? I think, especially pot. I think it's a lot safer than even drinking. Like if you go home and you get high, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? You get stoned. You watch Animal Planet. You learn some shit about turtles. But if you go home and you're drunk and you watch Animal Planet, you better look out because some crazy shit's about to happen. Because you wake up the next day, you have no idea what went down. All of a sudden, you get an email from Expedia confirming your trip to the Galapagos Islands. You don't learn anything about turtles. You might wake up, there might be turtles in your place. There's turtles over here, there's bandanas over here, and you're like, I was gonna make Ninja Turtles last night. Yep. Yep. Yep, we're going to Galapagos tomorrow. Spirit Airlines is flying us, so I don't know where we're actually ending up. I'll tell you this story. I got high. First time I ever got high. I do it now for the just for the sleep. I'm so stupid because it's legal in California. So I went to a weed store, and I don't know how to do it. I was like, hi, I'll have 10 pots. I don't know what I'm doing. And one time I got high. I had a pot cookie. Anybody? Pot cookie, yeah? So the first bite of a pot cookie does not taste like a cookie, right? But I was a fat kid. So if you bite into a cookie and at first it does not taste like a cookie, you do not abandon the mission. You continue the investigation. It's always as soon as you're done eating the pot cookie, that's when whoever made it starts freaking out. They're like, oh shit, you ate that whole thing by yourself? And I'm like, I had 3 by myself. What's about to happen? Y'all, I got so high that night, I wrote a term paper on why sharks and dolphins are the Israelis and Palestinians of the ocean. I had already been out of college for 5 years. Just really high on a Wednesday. People need to know this. This is important. But nobody cares. I mean, I'm a comic. I'm not saving lives up here, you know? I do like to travel somewhere. Some place is fun. I went to the Middle East recently. I do USO tours. Do we have any military in here by round of applause? Fuck yeah. Give them a hand. That's the hero right there. What branch of service were you in? Navy. Fuck yeah. Those are clean uniforms. I watch a Navy commercial. I'm like, I could never. I would spill a meatball sandwich all over those whites. We're getting our medals today? Oh, fuck. This is... Yeah, Navy's great, man. That's Air Force? Yeah. My dad was in the Air Force. Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force, and Air Force likes to play white trash connect the dots with a map of the United States, because they moved us from Panama City to Fairfield, California. But any destination that has a meth lab, it's... Yeah, but it was we moved around a lot growing up. My dad always had this catchphrase. He'd always say, "Proud of you, boy." Like that was his thing. Like if I did something, I got a good grade on a test, had a good basketball game. He didn't say it often, but when he did, it meant so. Like proud of you, boy. So I tried to make him proud and go overseas. And I was this last one. I was on an Air Force base, and I got to meet a pilot for the first time. And a lot of people think, well, you've never met a pilot. Not overseas, no, because you have like thousands of troops come to comedy shows, never a pilot, because they're so fucking weird. Like the pilot, they're off doing their own thing. They're like studying or playing volleyball, or I don't know how it works. But then I found out that I was on this base. They're like, hey, Mark, this pilot is a fan of yours. And I was kind of excited, but also kind of like, really? That's our nation's finest? I mean, I love y'all, but I don't want any of y'all flying fucking fighter jets, you know? And so this guy, and so they take me out to the tarmac, and this guy's landing his plane. He was flying an F-18. I didn't know the Fs went that high. F-18. You know what the F stands for? Fuck, that's loud. They land, and the plane pulls into its parking space. I don't know how the military works. It pulls in, the cockpit opens, this guy gets out, he climbs down the ladder, and he's got that like alpha like pilot walk, you know? And as he's walking towards me, one of the grounds crew whispers in my ear, they're like, hey, his call sign is Moeller. And I'm like, Moeller? Did he fail out of dental school? What the? Moeller? So I'm thinking of a joke, like, oh, I'm going to make fun of this guy for having a weird call sign. And then right before he shakes my hand, grounds crew guy says, yeah, they call him Moeller because the last time he got in a bar fight, he knocked a guy's teeth out. Keep in mind, I'm like right here ready to shake his hand, and he does that alpha handshake where he just like takes you straight down. You know when you shake somebody's hand like, hey, nice, oh, God, oh, that was it. So he shakes my hand, and I shit you not, I have all these synapses firing as to what to tell this guy, what to say to him when I meet him. He comes right up, hey, I'm Moeller. And I said, flossing and flying. I'm so sorry, Mr. Moeller. Moeller took me all around the plane, took me underneath the plane where you get to see the missile. And I'm like staring at the missile, like I am enamored with this, as Moeller would say, enameled with this missile. I'm looking up at it. And I'm just staring, I'm transfixed by this thing. And Moeller is like, hey, dude, you should autograph that missile. And I'm like, I should. I'll probably go to hell, but I think it's worth the risk. Trying to get into heaven, and St. Peter's like, did you autograph a missile? So Moeller gets a Sharpie, it was a fucking sharp Sharpie. He takes a Sharp out of one of his many pockets. Like the military, they love pockets. It's like God, country, pockets, family. Takes a Sharpie out, gives me the Sharpie, and then everybody's around. So I got like 20 people. I have a fucking audience to autograph this missile. First thing I write, flossing and flying. And then I wrote a long one. I wrote 4 out of 5 dentists recommend this missile. That was cute. And then I like drew some shark teeth, put the Van Halen logo on it, and then the last thing I put on there, I put my Twitter handle on it. What kind of a douche puts a Twitter handle on a missile? Like I'm thinking, if this thing's a dud, I'm gonna get some new followers out of it. Just get a tweet in the middle of the night, LOL, better luck next time. So I'm single. You don't mean that. By round of applause, who's in relationships here? Let's do that one. Yeah? You guys together? Together? Happy together? It's a nice front row here. I feel like I should be selling y'all timeshare in Aspen or something. Anyway, enough of the laughs. How can I get your money? Look at this. How long y'all been together? Jesus. I hope that's a long time. It's not only funny. This is multiple layers of comedy. Said how long y'all been together, and not only did y'all look at each other confused, it took you so long to turn your heads. How long y'all been together? Make a number up. Are y'all married or just dating? Just married last year. Just married last year. Good. Okay. All right. Good. How'd you pop the question? Go all classy, Instagram worthy, go on like the edge of a cliff? I always think it's creepy when guys ask women to marry them on the edge of a cliff, because it's like, bitch, you got 1 of 2 options. All right? We can either do this the easy way or the hard way. Well, it's pretty rocky down there. Anyway, you're going to spend your life with me if you want a life. Did you get down on one knee? It was dinner? Nice. Now, you didn't make the mistake of having them put the ring in the food, right? Yeah, I've never understood that one either. This cupcake's well, good. I'm happy for you. You guys look like you have that calm, like relaxed energy. You know, you don't have that single guy nervous Saturday night, like, oh, I gotta fuck something tonight. I'm gonna fight something, gonna fuck something. What's it gonna be? Like this guy knows he's getting something by the end of the weekend. Right? Like we don't know what that something is. It might be passionate lovemaking, may just be, hey, thanks for doing the dishes. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, you can put on your Gryffindor robe, whatever gets you to finish. Let's go. Hit a little too close to home? Good. I like it. I like it. You guys are good sports. I don't think I'm gonna do the marriage thing because I just got out of a relationship. 2.5 years, new record. Thank you. Didn't pan out, and like I have friends that like they break up and then they get right back into a new relationship, and I'm not that kind of cat, man. I need a good 10, 11 years to just really think about everything, put the pieces in place. I'm older than her. I'm 39. She's 29. It's pretty good, yeah. In golf terms, I was 10 under. But you're at very different stages in your life, so it's hard to connect, because like a 39-year-old guy, that's very different than a 29-year-old lady. When you're a lady, you're in your late 20s, you do everything, right? You go out, you go to concerts, you go to festivals. When you're a guy and you're my age, you go to the doctor. And for the first time, you have to take it seriously. You go to the doctor in your 20s, you don't care. I hurt my elbow skateboarding. Give me some Vicodin, dude. 30, you got to take it seriously. I'm listening to everything this guy says. I went to a naturopathic doctor, which is Latin for does not take health insurance. Got everything looked at head to toe, got the plumbing checked out. My test results came back. My doctor informed me that I'm in danger of having low testosterone, which you hear, and you want to get pissed off, you just do not have the energy. He tells you, he's like, Mark, you might have low testosterone. I was like, do I still get a lollipop or what? And then he sat me down, and he's like, you have to accept the fact that you're approaching the end of your sexual peak. And I was like, that was my sexual peak? That was the top of the mountain? Y'all, he pulled out a chart. Because anytime you doubt a doctor, that's when they're like, oh, you don't believe me? How about this chart from 30 years ago? Sure enough, there's a line going up, and he says, this is where a man has the majority of his sex. And I was like, sir, I brought my chart. As you'll see, no such mountain. My sexual peak was not a mountain. My sexual peak was a canyon. There were no women. There was just a bunch of tissues and magazines, a USB drive labeled tax returns. That was my sexual peak. And the breakup's rough, man. I'm not going to deny. The breakup's rough. It's really tough because, like, everybody, as soon as you announce the breakup, that's when all your friends, they stop being your friends. They become TMZ reporters. They just want to know what happened. They always ask you the same question. Who broke up with who? You dump her, did she dump you? By round of applause, how many people think I dumped her? It's like y'all got together before the show. And they're like, if he asked us, nobody make a noise. One guy was probably fucking Ken back there. Thank you. I'll have everybody in this room know our breakup mutual decision. Yeah, both her and her vibrator had a conference. They had a meeting. And I'm fine. Like, I like being single. I love waking up every day and being like, am I going to shower? I went swimming on Wednesday, so I think I'm good for the weekend. Breakups are, I know it's sad when a lady gets dumped. I know it's emotional if a woman, God forbid, ever gets dumped. But at least when a lady gets dumped, what happens? All your friends, they're there. They support you. As soon as a breakup happens, it's like all your friends, they just have vaginal sonar. They sense distress. Your good friends, they pile into a van like it's a bank heist. They come right to your place. They charge in. They bring supplies, chocolate, flowers, whiskey, the secret. We're here for you. That doesn't happen with dudes. When guys get dumped, nobody's there. When guys get dumped, there's 3 levels: bar, strip club, jail. Your boys try to cheer you up. They're like, dude, you're going to save so much money. I just spent $200 on binoculars and camouflage. Bass Pro Shops was having a Get Her Back sale. Yeah, people ask me how I got over it, and I'm honest with them. Like, I didn't do anything special. I didn't join a gym, you know? I had a good cry. Had a good cry. It just let it, oh, it felt so good. Having a good cry. You know when you have a good cry? Like, everybody's got their own way of crying. Like, some people like the shower cry. Some people like the fetal position, couch cry. Myself, I like the driving cry. That's where you feel it coming on, so you hop in the car, find an open stretch of road, you just gun it, you turn on some sad music, and you just, to the point where you're bawling so hard, you turn on the windshield wipers because you can't tell if it's raining or not. Hey, is that me? Is that the weather? You know it's a good cry when the thing you start crying about is not the thing you finish the cry with. Like, I started crying about the relationship, then I started thinking about my dad and Tim Duncan's retirement ceremony. Then you get all the way down there, and you look around, and you realize, shit, man, I'm 30, I still feel like I'm 25, but I'm 39, and all my friends are married. Because you all start out single, and it's great that one by one you start getting picked off. You get married, you have kids. Remember that first wedding you go to? You're like, dude, there's like dancing and free potatoes? This is great. We should do this every week. Then you do that shit every week. Until there's only one of your idiot friends left that never got it together. Ta-da, this is what it looks like. Michael Bublé with a drinking problem. This is it. I'm like Justin Timberlake with one chromosome missing. They're like, is that the guy from NSYNC? I don't know. It's rough, and all my friends are married, and God love them. They're doing families or whatever that bullshit is, but like, it just seems like you can't hang out with your married guy friends like you used to be able to, you know? Because you used to be single, you go out all night, didn't matter. Now, when I hang out with my married friends, I have one of two options. Option number one, we get to go out and have one beer at like 6:30. Option number two, that's when she goes out of town, and so then your buddy just wants to rage. He's been saving this up since the last out-of-town trip. You just get a random phone call on a Thursday. Dude, I'm behind 7-Eleven with a bag of heroin. Get here right now. We got 48 hours. Hurry the fuck up. Then they're having kids, and kids just scare me, man. Like, they really do. Because I think the apocalypse could happen at any minute. I don't think we're that long for this world. It's just my pessimistic outlook, you know? I don't know if it's going to be next week, next year. The apocalypse happens. You know what happens after the apocalypse? Zombies. And I don't want to have a kid on the payroll when zombies attack. Like, if I'm going to be looking after you, better contribute something to the camp. I don't need something pissing and shitting itself. That's my job. My friend's like, "What do you want, a boy or a girl?" I want a goddamn German Shepherd. That's what I want. And now I'm in this new weird, I didn't know this phase existed, because like a lot of my married friends, now they're getting divorced. And you feel bad, but it's also like, I'm getting my single buddy back. Taco Bell at 4 a.m., here we come. And you get excited, but then you realize that's not your single friend. No. It's like you took your single friend, buried them in Pet Cemetery, and now they're back. Like, hey, you want to hang out? Be careful dating. How about you, fella? Y'all dating anybody? Single? Engaged. You guys both said it together. Is it too? Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounded like y'all practiced this shit. So you're engaged. You congratulations. That's great. When's the big day? June 6th. All right. How'd you guys meet?
I was traveling to Michigan.
You're traveling to Michigan?
Yeah.
All right. And you just met her? I mean, all you really gave me is a state. Oh, how'd you guys meet? Michigan, bro. You know what I mean? No. I don't. Unless she's a Wolverine or a Spartan, I don't know what you mean. What you did? Was it at like a bar or like this? This sounds like a work thing. Like you went to some like conference where you had a laminated badge.
It was really just friends. We made no
Oh, y'all were friends?
No, friends of friends. That's all.
Friends of friends.
Yes.
And then you're like, look, I think I'm ready to take the next level with you. You ever been to Michigan? Yesterday morning in my hotel room, I heard some people going to Michigan right next door. Oh, the Bing cherries are so good. Yeah, I don't do the online thing yet. Like it just, and I'm fine with people doing it. Like it's the way people meet now. It's not that classic idea of true love that we were all taught as kids. Because like look around, we're all different people. We came from different walks of life. Everybody's grandparents in this room got together the same way. Everybody's grandparents met in a field, running towards each other. Grandpa saw grandma. Grandma saw grandpa. They knew that they were the one for each other. You juxtapose that idea of true love with what we're going to be telling our grandkids. Well, grandma said she was down to fuck on Bumble, so I took a shot. I DM'd her butt stuff ? And the rest is history. I just have bad luck when it comes to technology. Sex robots, that's something I'm not going to get into, though. Like, I Googled sex robots. By the way, if you Google sex robots, your Facebook ads change dramatically the next day. No, I don't do any of that. Like, when I was in the relationship, I'd be on the road telling jokes, and I get back to the hotel, and my girlfriend would, like, send me, like, a naughty picture of herself, like her boobs. And I'm like, this is awesome. And then I start panicking, because I'm like, shit, now I got to send a part. You know, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. What do I follow that? The sunglasses emoji? That's, I've never sent a dick pic. And by round of applause, any guys want to admit you ever sent a dick pic? Yeah? Yeah? You did? You did? You did? You did? Yeah? How'd it work out for you? Is this what you won for? Wow. That's a high risk, high reward scenario, sir. No guts, no glory, huh? Jeez. Yeah, I've never, I sent one in my life, but mine was a total accident. Here's what happened. I was depositing a check. On my phone. I didn't like walk into Wells Fargo like, are the cameras on? So, you know how you deposit a check on your phone, right? So I was in my apartment, and this is like 9 p.m., so the pants have been off for a number of hours now. And how you deposit a check on your phone, you lay the check on a flat surface, take a picture, flip it over, take another picture, hit send, boom, next day in your account, $17. And I did everything right, and right before I hit send, I see in the corner of one of the pictures, I found Waldo. There he is. And I saw it. My brain recognized it, and my brain was like, do not send, do not send. And it sent the signal, but my finger was like, I can beat the light. And it got in there. It was so sad. It looked like my check had been working hard its whole life and was finally on vacation, and my dick photobombed the picture on the beach like, eh. That's not the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. Most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me is the story that it's been pretty, like, my family, we're pretty open about like making fun of each other. Like every time we get together for the holidays, it's like a roast battle. It's a great time. But there's one story that never gets brought up, that never ever gets told because it's just too disgusting. And we buried it deep in Ellis mythology. However, I did decide to do the joke and tell the story on my special that comes out on Tuesday. And so in front of you guys, this is the last time I'm going to get a chance to do it live because everybody's going to know it. So if you'll entreat me, this is the story of the time that I had a sexual encounter with my girlfriend in the kitchen of my parents' house. This story stars 3 people. Y'all might think differently of me after this story. So I'm going to let you know. After the story, I'm going to do like a Q&A for y'all, and then we'll be done. We can all go about our night and go out and get arrested and have some fun. So this is college, right? First serious girlfriend. Most recent serious girlfriend. And she was home for Easter weekend. She came home with me for Easter weekend, right? And my parents were cool. They were pretty liberal. You know, we're sleeping in the same bed. They know what's going on. They know we were going to Michigan, you know? And I knew we were getting a little bit of Chris Webber action. I was Fab Fiving her all night. Okay, if you like sports, you get it. So this is Easter Sunday morning, right? And we've all had a great weekend, parents and her, everybody gets along famously. And then Easter Sunday morning, my girlfriend and I come downstairs to eat breakfast about 9 a.m. I don't know where my dad was, my brother, my sister, they were off doing something, they were out of the picture. So it's just me and my girlfriend at the kitchen table and my mom. And my mom says, okay, kids, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, I'll be back in about an hour. the grocery store. If you know Williamsburg, it was the food line. It was at least 20 minutes that way, at least 20 minutes back, right? And so as soon as my mom left, I wasn't thinking like, all right, it's fuck o'clock. The only thought in my head was, you really can eat Fruit Loops every day. This is like... But, you know, we're young. The hormones are raging. One thing leads to the other. My girlfriend comes over, and she starts kissing me. And then we start making out, and I'm having a good time. And then she starts kissing my neck a little bit, and I'm like, well, this is enjoyable as well. And then she starts kissing, like, right around the clavicle. It's like between the clavicle and the nipple. She starts kissing here. Your job as a gentleman is to usher her further on her journey south. We're not forcing anything, okay? I'm just saying, if you're Lewis and Clark, we're Sacagawea. We're showing you how to get down there the safest way possible. And so the next thing you know, now it's happening. Now it is happening in the kitchen. It's going down, and I'm having a great time. And I'm having such a good time, I don't hear the garage door close. And I didn't hear it because I was having a good time. She didn't hear it because at the time her ears were covered. So, door closes. My mom... Okay, let's say that like this is where the action happened, right? Congratulations, now you're having a great night. So this is the kitchen table, and the way you enter the family kitchen, it's either through, there's like a doorway here, and there's a doorway here. No actual door on it, just a doorway and a doorway, so you can enter, exit through either side. My mom handled it like such a pro. My mom comes in from this side, bag of groceries under each arm. She comes in, sees what's happening, drops the groceries, and just keeps fucking walking. It was like she turned into a bird and took flight. Like, caw. She takes off, and like we made eye contact briefly. But she handled it so well. I was like, my mom might be the best wingman of all time. So I finish, and then it turns out my mom was not the best wingman of all time. She was, in fact, a mom, a very pissed off mom. She was so furious with me, she could not stand to look at me, talk to me, even be in the same room as me for the rest of the day. So now, cut to 6 hours later, family dinner at the table. The Ellis family dinners, they were known for mirth and merriment for miles. You could hear laughter. It was always a good time. Not this evening. This evening was so awkward. My brother and my sister, they didn't know what happened, but they knew something was off. So they eat, they take off. My mom didn't even make it through the dinner. My mom took 2 bites and is like, I'm eating in the laundry room. Fuck this. So my girlfriend did the dishes because she felt bad. And then she goes up to my room and she's sequestered up there. So now it's just me and my dad. And he had been informed of the day's events. So my dad and me are sitting there. My dad takes a long pull off his Budweiser and is like, so the kitchen, huh? And I was like, Dad, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what to say. And my dad takes another sip, and he says, proud of you, boy. My name is Mark Ellis, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you all very much, DC. Thank you, buddy.